Yeah. It's been a while, so you may not know what that sound means, but that sound means we have a Game for a Movie podcast.
Woo!
We back! It has been
what,
forever.
What sound are we talking about?
The sound of the beer opening?
The fresh can of beer.
The one that just happened. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we were all there for that.
Yes.
It was not in...
Well, I mean, we were all there.
Yeah, that's true. It was not done editing-wise. Yeah, that was live.
Oh my god. I am your host, Mikey Tag. I am joined by...
Mitchell Clements.
T-Dawg.
Andre Ballinger.
Hi, guys.
Hi!
It's good to see you guys.
I forgot my name, actually.
Dude, were you actually about to let it slip?
You know, maybe you shouldn't use a code name, and then it wouldn't be so hard.
No, I feel like if T-Dawg drops his pseudonym,
it's like ingrained.
Yeah, right.
Persona.
Like, episode 50, we're going to do, like, a Who is T-Dawg? I
a
feel
breakdown.
like just to get the viewers back in.
Bring them back. Oh, they're gone.
T-Dawg face reveal, episode 50.
Whoa.
It's
actually just a tease.
Yeah, right.
It has been a long time, guys. A lot of life events have happened.
You got some new hardware.
I do have some new hardware. I got married. Yes,
Woo!
it's a big
Woo!
deal.
Yeah.
Andre, you have a girlfriend.
I do.
Yes, committed. Nice.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Uh-huh.
We've got Mitchell. Your birthday's this week.
I know.
Oh,
You're an old man.
I'm old as crap.
You are
It's
an
crazy.
old man, and I am still older than you.
You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, thanks for saying old as crap. And T-Dawg. So we go on to the show. No, T-Dawg, you were in Paris, weren't you?
I don't have any life events going on ever. Yeah, I was in Paris before the wedding.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
World traveler.
I saw like that building.
The building.
The Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that's more of a structure than a building.
It had stuff on it.
Yeah, that's. I guess it's true.
Nice.
But that's cool, though, really.
No,
really.
it was great. Didn't go up the Eiffel Tower, but
You didn't climb it?
You didn't scale it?
Didn't venture up, but
Ever since I did it, they decided, no, I should do that again.
Right.
They locked it down at that point.
That's what happens when you go up the Eiffel Tower naked.
Look, man, I wanted to be free. I thought the French were cool with it, and apparently it's a felony. So here I am.
Wait, did you serve time in a French prison?
All I can say is I'm not welcome back in France anytime soon.
All right, well,
I've never been to Europe.
the funny thing is we're all sober, but with a little luck, that's not going to be any longer. Because we are drinking some beers here. Looks like
Sponsored by Goose Island.
2 different ones for 4 different people. We have 3 Goose Islands at the table.
Yeah, all right, hell yeah.
Goose.
I'm just sharing Mitchell's, so.
Oh, that's not true.
Delicious. I have a Shebeen Brewing platypus.
Ooh,
it's
nice.
a platypus.
It's a cute little platypus.
So, it's a hipster
guy.
platypus
Yeah.
wearing plaid.
Yeah.
He's got a little scarf, he's got beer, he's got his glasses, and he's
Aw.
wearing a plaid jacket. So getting back to it, we saw some movies as well. We will go around the table. We'll start with you, Mitchell. What did you see?
I saw one of the weirdest movies I've seen all year, and I was completely mentally prepared to see one of the weirdest movies I've seen all year, and that is The Lighthouse.
How do you mentally prepare for that?
Well, I kind of just look back and see, all right, I know Willem Dafoe is batshit crazy. Locked in. I'm ready to go. I know that Robert Eggers, who directed this, also directed the Vavavitch, or The Witch, from a couple years back. That was a very weird, high art horror kind of movie. Mentally, boom, locked in for that. And Robert Pattinson, who is, in my opinion, going on a string of some really odd role choices.
Okay.
I'm locked in. So basically, I know where everyone
Batman.
was, possibly mentally. Best Batman, who knows what Robert Pattinson's going to do. Best Green Goblin for Willem Dafoe? Absolutely. I really hope they bring him back. But anyway, this movie, oh God, he's so batshit. And he's perfect for a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, and all to say, for this movie, as much as Willem Dafoe is the main reason why I'm going to recommend this movie, it's mainly because of how he is delivering this damn dialogue. Similar to The Witch, which was set in the 1600s, Robert Eggers and his brother, who co-wrote the screenplay, did their homework in terms of finding all the different nuances of how sailormen spoke in the 1800s, like early 1800s. And if you were thinking swashbuckling pirate, this is exactly what they went with.
Wow, really?
It is hilarious.
Okay.
Mainly because they give all the best monologues, which don't make any damn sense to Willem Dafoe, who is looking batshit crazy in beautiful black and white, with the lighting just making his eyes pop even more than they do. And he has like this bushy ass beard. Looks like he's been out at sea for 50 years. And he just for this role. I know, Mike, you brought this up. Episode 1 of this podcast.
Yep.
You shipped on Willem Dafoe. You're like, this guy should hang it up. He's done.
I'll insert my words.
Yes.
I'll put it right here. Also, Willem Dafoe as a whole, I love you. I love you, Willem Dafoe. If you hear this, just know I love you. Stop doing movies.
Now, after hearing that, I will say, fuck you, Mike Botanic, from however long ago that episode was, because this might be the best.
How long ago was that?
I don't know.
That was last December? Something like that?
Last December.
Oh, wow. Time
It was when Aquaman came out.
Yep.
Aquaman.
Because that's what I was referring to as Willem Dafoe and Aquaman.
Damn, he was in that.
Yeah, you see why I was saying
We
that.
all gotta pay the bills, y'all.
Yeah.
So
all
anyway,
gotta pay the bills.
Willem Dafoe, anyway, with this, it was amazing. Beautiful black and white. Robert Pattinson. They are the only two people besides a mermaid are the only two people in this film. So you are stuck with them on a rock in a lighthouse the entire time. And it's about both of them going crazy at the same time. Your main character is Robert Pattinson, so you're mainly seeing it through his eyes. So Willem Dafoe always seems a little bit disjointed because of that. But that's not to say that Robert Pattinson is also losing his goddamn mind in this. There's almost a point where it looks like he's doing a Willem Dafoe impression with the very overexpressed eye positioning and how he's delivering his lines, very swashbuckling again. And anyway, the entire time, it's a tour de force of acting, of two people playing off each other. They hate each other when they're sober, love each other when they're drunk, and all the while, it is on a course of just spooky. Did that really happen? Did that not? And ultimately, it's just a fucked up movie at the end. It's resolution.
Ultimately, it's a love story.
Ultimately, it's a love story.
I will say this: they kind of flirt with that, which is really odd. Anyway, so the movie overall, I don't want to waste all the time here because we have a fantastic shit movie that Mike needs to talk about.
Yes.
But The Lighthouse, I do recommend it.
Okay.
Definitely not for most movie fans. This is for those who are just looking for something completely different. A lot of people are billing it as a horror movie. I would not. I found it more as a possibly thriller. I almost saw it as a comedy in a way.
So, I have two questions.
Two questions.
Is it black and white the entire time?
Yes.
Okay. And then is it shot like 4:3 instead of like...
Yeah. So they do the box ratio. A lot of people were asking or interpreting that as, hey, this is just a way to cue you in on how long ago it was.
Yeah.
I could totally see it that way. I think it really serves the movie best in serving how claustrophobic it is.
Exactly. You're boxed in, literally.
You're very boxed in with these two characters. And I will say this, it does take a while for the movie to find its legs, maybe sea legs as it were, about 20 minutes in until you really start hearing the funny dialogue. Willem Dafoe freely farts the entire movie, which is great.
So really, like, they just don't even touch on it? Like, it's just...
Well, I think there's a couple ways you can interpret it.
Sure.
He's just a guy he runs that lighthouse. So in a way, that's just him showing his dominance. Like, this is my place, you are visiting. Did you just fart? T-Dawg? Okay, yeah, blame it on the chair. Willem Dafoe did not, he owned it. So, I really...
making chair squeaks.
Willem Dafoe was nominated for an Oscar last year for his portrayal of Vincent Van Gogh. I would love to see him get nominated for supporting actor for this particular role as well, which is Thomas Wake. Very weird movie, very bizarre, a good alternative if you're looking to see something spooky but not a true horror movie. The Lighthouse is for you. I'm going to give this one solely based on the performances. Everything else I don't think quite clicks from a narrative point of view. It doesn't really hold your attention the entirety of the runtime. And I feel like the pacing is pretty uneven, especially with a very long slog of a beginning and then just like a rapid pace, what the hell is happening thing at the end. Maybe it was on purpose, maybe it wasn't. For me, it didn't work. I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5 Dafoe farts. And
Nice.
overall recommendation.
Okay.
So you said spooky, but what exactly was like spooky about the movie?
So the spookiness comes from the And again, it's never completely revealed whether it's true or not, but the things that Robert Pattinson sees.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it's the imagery. It's more the imagery. I could only count one jump scare, maybe. I saw it in a pretty packed house and a couple of people jumped, including me. But that's about it. But for the most part, it's just about the conversation between the guys and the conflicting nature of their relationship.
Interesting. Cool.
And it's about loneliness, very much like The Witch. So Robert Eggers definitely has a certain topic of the human condition that this guy likes to talk about through horror movies. Anyway, I recommend it. 3 out of 5.
So yeah, T-Dawg?
So I watched El Camino. For those unfamiliar with the Breaking Bad story.
Oh, not the car?
I don't think there were any in the... I don't know.
El Camino. There's no El Camino.
Yeah. Wait a second.
That was awesome.
So the AMC popular series Breaking Bad. This is the follow-up movie. So if you're familiar with the Better Call Saul series, I haven't kept up on it. Like I watched the first season. It's great, but I just
I don't think it's required viewing for this.
It's not, and so that's kind of the point that I wanted to make. That Breaking Bad certainly would be beneficial to watch it. Like I don't know how you would really. It's not that you wouldn't enjoy this movie. It's just that there wouldn't be a lot of content to the backstory, etc. So a lot of the characters are built up, throughout Breaking Bad. Oh, yeah. So that would be hard to relate with the characters that are expressed in El Camino.
It takes place right after.
Yeah, so it's a mix of it takes place right after, but it's I don't know what the breakdown is even approximately. They do flashbacks a lot, so it's so if we go back to the end of Breaking Bad when Walt essentially frees Jesse from captivity with the other drug lords. I don't remember exactly the
spoilers for Breaking Bad, by the way.
Yeah.
Major spoilers for Breaking Bad.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, watch it. It's a fantastic.
It's very
show.
good. Yes.
And it is on Netflix too, right?
It's on Netflix
so you can go
now. Yeah,
you can watch all of it
Even
on
Better
Netflix.
Call Saul is on there as well. If you want to watch part of that.
All the first and second season now. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a season or two behind.
Yeah.
Basically, Jesse takes off. He escapes, any police captivity for the time being, like from the start of the movie. And he takes off, heads back to where Badger and Skinny Pete.
Skinny Pete.
Skipping my mind, but he takes refuge there for a little while. But it's really not focused around him like staying with them or their interactions. It's more of there are some brief interactions with those characters. Towards the initial start, it really focuses on some of the flashbacks of Jesse's captivity with I think it's Todd.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. So a lot of that exposure, Todd being this person who is oddly friendly, but then still
he's a total psychopath.
Yeah, he doesn't quite relate to the pain that he inflicts on others.
Yeah,
So he's very disassociated to that. But he doesn't necessarily treat Jesse like complete shit. But there's like this weird line for Todd, and so it goes through some of those examples, like when Todd's in this hole or pit that's just concrete, and he gives Jesse a cigarette. And things like that when his uncles are away. He goes with... so Todd takes him to his house to actually dispose of a maid who Todd killed because she found some of his money. And it wasn't that she even blamed him. He just, didn't think she should have seen it. And he felt bad that she was a good worker. So, that was his remorse, was that she was a good worker. Not that actually she was dead or
doesn't care that she's dead.
Yeah, it's still really weird of his emotional connection to that.
It's like killing her and like leaving a blood spot and going, now who's gonna clean that?
Yeah, and like, she was a good person. It's too bad that had to happen. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's funny. He keeps saying Todd. Isn't that Aaron Paul's character in BoJack Horseman?
It is. Yeah.
I am just picturing those
Todd,
two.
No!
Yes,
vastly
different characters. And then, so the other part of the current life situation, he's so how it segues is that he needs to go. So he's pretty much broke right now, but he's trying to get away. So if you remember, at a point in Breaking Bad, there was an opportunity he had to basically leave and go to Alaska. Same guy, like they were going to. I think he owned a vacuum cleaner store.
Okay.
Or vacuum store, and so he first goes to the apartment that Todd was living in, finds some money. You know, there's some altercations going on there. And then part of the, I would say, not necessarily. So the thing about this is it's like a giant or a long Breaking Bad episode.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
It's
so how
not,
long is it?
It's over an hour. I think
It's gonna feel like it's an hour and a half or something.
Yeah,
like that.
okay,
Yeah.
probably an hour.
So it's a
Alright.
feature length.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay, cool.
it really just feels like a bunch of Breaking Bad episodes cut up, or it's taped together into one.
Is that a good thing?
It's great.
Okay.
It's fantastic. Like,
It's
okay,
2
cool.
hours. 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, there you go.
But it really didn't seem like that long.
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, not a lot happens in it. And so it's great, like in terms of production quality, and I would say like continuing the Breaking Bad type storytelling and how that was produced. So without like going into everything and giving all the key elements away, I think I'll end it there. I'd give it a 4. I don't even know what to rate this out. Let's go with 4 blue meth crystals.
Ooh,
Okay.
Nice.
how much you
Nice.
selling those for?
I don't know, man.
Come on, do your market
They're all for
research,
me.
bro.
So
Nice.
even in flashback form, is Walter in this at all?
Walter's in it briefly,
Okay.
and it's kind of weird because they try to make Jesse look younger.
Right, I was wondering how
like,
they
they don't
handled
really
that.
need to do that with Walter,
Right.
or
Yeah.
with Brian.
Bryan Cranston, yeah.
And they're pretty limited in the flashbacks. They do more so tell kind of like Jesse's personality versus like any other story content. It's more about like Jesse's character.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
And that's kind of this entire episode is like Jesse's character. They even had a flashback with his girlfriend who Walt killed, right? With
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Jessica Jones.
So it's so
Oh, that's
Kristen
right.
Jones,
Yeah.
Same actress.
Kristen Ritter.
Yeah.
That's her.
So they had a really brief one with her.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So.
So when you say they try to make him look younger, is it how he is dressed in makeup, or is it like Irishman kind of thing where?
So in his current state, he has a shaven head. And then
like Walt? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not it's his more like rugged look.
Okay.
And then in some of the old one, he has like his hair grown out more.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Cool. So
if you're a fan of the show,
Yeah, watch it absolutely.
okay, cool.
If you're not a fan of the show, you're probably not gonna like it. If you haven't seen it though, I think it just makes sense to watch Breaking Bad and see if you like that.
Yeah,
and watch
for
it
sure.
Afterwards.
would you want more movies out of like an anthology kind of thing at all? Like, are you wanting more from Jesse's story without getting into spoilers?
I don't know. Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like Better Call Saul is probably like the option you'd go to if you really want more Breaking Bad content.
Okay.
And the story of Walt and Jesse had kind of played its course.
Yeah, that's the main complaint I'm hearing from El Camino. Like, I know people on both sides. I really liked it. I really didn't like it. A lot of people that didn't like it were just happy with the way it ended.
Right, because that
It was
Breaking
just
Bad
like-
finale was so good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not saying it was a bad movie. It was
Sure.
just more so, like, they were so happy with how it ended that they just didn't need anything else.
Yeah.
But okay.
Cool.
We go to Andre.
All right. So I, like many of you, saw Joker. Yeah. Oh, wow. Beautiful
getting
dancing.
the dancing?
Did you just?
Great audio, dude.
No
Yeah.
spoilers.
I was actually just about to spoil something for you. They were referencing it, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop. So
we're gonna try to do spoiler free,
Yes.
as T-Dawg has not seen it.
right, but the rest
Earmuffs.
of us have.
Earmuffs.
Yeah.
Limited spoilers,
Yeah,
but
well,
obviously, you go ahead. Like,
So-
it's not going to ruin a movie for me.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, I mean, honestly, even if you read a Wikipedia page and then how the narrative of this movie goes, I feel like that's
Yeah.
not what you would get out of the movie.
Okay.
If that makes sense, you know?
Right.
It's not.
For-
It's not real plot twist heavy or anything.
For the
like that.
most part, you kind of see the trajectory where it goes.
That's actually
Yeah.
kind of one of my weird, not complaints, but like I was like, okay, everything happened pretty much how I expected it to happen, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, which is fine. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, I think this will be more of an open discussion with you guys because I'm curious how you guys feel about this movie too. I mean, right off the bat, I liked it a lot. I think it's a super well made movie, but I'm not like super in love with it. I think it's solid. I like the meta around it in terms of I'm glad that we could have a superhero movie that's different enough from other, I mean, like it's so disconnected from everything else. There's no sequel in the works, obviously, and
dude, it's making a shit ton of money.
It is, but like
you can't tell me they're not gonna make. Yeah, you
that
can't tell me they're not gonna make a sequel.
It's the top grossing R-rated.
I know,
like,
which is shocking to me. That's crazy to beat Deadpool. Honestly, like, I knew it would do well, but I didn't think it would do that well.
Neither did I. Yeah.
Well, I think it was almost the outlasher people that told us not to watch it and made people go see it.
Which
there's a lot of social conversation around it.
Which is like
that's manufactured, but
a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would think, but still, it's weird. That it pushed the opposite way.
So right off the bat, extremely well acted. Obviously Joaquin Phoenix is like not pulling any punches in terms of his role. Same with Robert De Niro. He's chewing up the few scenes that he has in that movie. He's great. I will say that it kind of wears its Scorsese inspirations on its sleeve to a point where it's like a little much. I think
every frame of the movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, I kind of wanted it to be its own thing, but whatever. It echoes those movies so blatantly that it kind of took me out of it a little bit. But it's still, again, like everything in a vacuum was super well done. I think it's kind of weird that people are saying that it tries to humanize the Joker in a way, but I don't really see it that way, I guess, where like basically this movie's main thesis is that the Joker is a product of Gotham, right, as opposed to just a crazy person in a vacuum.
So one of the reviews I saw early on before I saw it was they said it was a realistic descent into madness.
Okay, sure.
A little bit.
I see it because of things like not having that support network.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's true. Yep.
It's more like, it feels like almost like Murphy's Law, the movie, in terms of with poor Arthur Fleck. Like everything possibly bad that could happen to him has happened to him already, and then continues to happen to him throughout the film.
Right.
I will say this is 2 hours of just brutal misery almost. It's just. Oof, I saw with my girlfriend, we left, and we were just both drained after that. Like, I was,
I agree.
Yeah, and, I don't know. That being said, like, in a vacuum, there was some, the scenes in a vacuum were fantastic. Like, I think my favorite scene, and I'll keep, no spoilers, T-Dawg, but when he, basically, it's near the end, when he first actually, when he's, partway through his makeup, you know what I mean, in his own apartment, that scene.
That was a good scene.
So good. Like, just the tension of that scene, just absolutely perfect.
That was really well done, and, credit to Todd Phillips, though. I will say, this guy is known for the Hangover movies.
Right. And yes, this is definitely a tonal pivot.
And to do this movie, it's completely different, in my opinion. And it's just one of those things that's really interesting to me that this director did this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. I like the way, I'm kind of just rambling here, but I liked how they handled Joker's laugh. I liked... Joaquin Phoenix's laugh is perfect, I think, in so far, and for his own take, in that you can feel the pain in it. You can, I'm just imagining how tough that was to get down, where when he's laughing, you can hear the catch in his throat, and it's just, you felt that. You felt physically pain for him, and...
Right.
Again, certain moments in a vacuum elicited a huge emotional response out of me, but at the end of the day, I did kind of feel like... it's not super subtle in what it tries to say, and there are certain soliloquies that characters have that are literally just like, okay, you're just blatantly stating what this movie's trying to say literally, if that makes sense. At the very end of that film, I was like, okay, it was a little ham-fisted, but all right, sure, shoot your shot. But,
Before we started this conversation, you brought up, where does he fall on the Joker list?
Yes.
In your opinion, where does he fall?
On the on my Joker list?
Joaquin Phoenix...
I think he's just behind Heath Ledger, honestly. Only because I think I need some time to sit with it more. I just like the film that Heath Ledger is in more than the Joker, and it's still just super iconic. I will say my top one, my top Joker, no matter what, is Mark Hamill. Like, he's my default Joker.
Oh,
he's who I hear. Basically, whatever I think of the Joker, that's his performance. It's what comes to mind. So
right. Okay. For me, it's Heath. Is number one.
Yeah.
And then it's tough because with Joaquin Phoenix to judge a Joker performance, because this performance can almost live on its own.
Definitely.
If it weren't for the really forced Bruce Wayne stuff.
Yes!
I get the Thomas Wayne part. The Bruce Wayne stuff bothered me.
Right.
But anyway, all to say is that it's hard to judge a Joker performance in my mind without the ebb and flow of an interaction with Batman. And this movie does not offer that because it is not taking place in that timeline of their history, which is fine. So it's hard for me to say that's number one. Love the performance. I put it right up there with Heat's in terms of commitment and taking on a completely different version of the character that we haven't seen before.
Yes.
And Jared Leto, for as much as we could shit on his portrayal, which I am not a fan of at all, he compared the Joker role as Hamlet, where any actor can bring his own influence to it, and it could become his own character. Yeah. And I think he's totally right. So
definitely. And I should clarify. I think Joaquin Phoenix did a fantastic job of separating himself from Heath Ledger's performance, and that's kind of one of the big worries I had, especially since they both have kind of like just their hairstyle is kind of similar in a way. Like if you just look at a poster, you're like, all right, this is kind of going for that Dark Knight vibe. No, very different, and I'm very happy with that direction.
Yeah, sure. I go Heath, probably Joaquin, just because I love the performance. Yeah. Mark Hamill, and then Jack. And then go on.
I
don't care after that.
Sounds pretty standard,
yeah.
See,
where's
Leto's probably at the bottom.
My problem was I couldn't tell the character was damaged because he didn't have it tattooed on his forehead.
Right.
You know, that's true.
It's true. I was kind of confused by that. I was kind of confused.
That movie is such a mess.
Like, I didn't really...
oh, my God.
Well, yeah, like, when he's put on the makeup, I was like, all right, where's he going to go to the tattoo parlor, get the damage on his forehead?
He needs damage on his forehead.
And get the grill. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
God, that movie is awful.
I think that's part 2.
Joker Part 2.
Yeah.
The Joker Squad Part 2.
The Joker Squad
I would
Part
love
2.
if DC just doubled down on that version of the Joker and they're like, fuck it, Joaquin, do what Jared Leto just did.
No, they just transform like half of the movie's Joaquin, and then his progress, like, you know, maybe hitting some roids, weight room, getting tattoos, and then it just transformed. Then you have
getting
Leto,
Wayne in 30 Seconds to Mars
out of the thing. Yeah.
See, I'm going opposite direction. Yeah. I want a Joker-led movie where he faces against Batman, and he tricks him by having multiple copies of himself. One played by Jack Nicholson, one Jared Leto. We've got one, obviously can't do Heath Ledger, but one's Mark Hamill. Like, just have them all at different spots, and it's like just kind of a nod when a Batman's pummeling him and just realizes, wait, you're not Joaquin Joker. Okay, damn it.
Can he call him Joaquin Joker?
Yes, please.
That's something that would happen in a Deadpool.
Yeah, right.
Yes, that is a very Deadpool
And then he'd
take.
make a reference like, oh, we're sorry, this one couldn't be here. Or
I mean, so not to circle back, I do agree. The Bruce Wayne stuff, what little bit was there was super forced, and I think the movie would have been better without it. I will say I like this movie's take on Thomas Wayne for sure.
Yes,
I think it's an interesting take in that usually in any other Batman media, Thomas Wayne is a saint, the billionaire, philanthropist, benevolent, whatever. And in this one, he's just kind of a dick, and I kind of appreciate that. You know, like I'm sure from Bruce Wayne's perspective,
to get to the top.
Yeah, well, and it also like it helps contextualize, like, oh, Bruce Wayne idolized his parents and knew that they didn't deserve to get killed. They were trying to help the city. It's like, okay, well, how much help were they actually doing? You know?
Well, and like the thing is, like the quote, every millionaire, their money comes from bootleggers and prostitutes and that kind of stuff. Like the idea is, especially with old money, your money came from crime. If you look at all the famous people of history, if you look at some of the best people and how they got their millions, it came off of lying, cheating, and like strangling your opponents.
Yep.
And so it's one of those things where it is very much so like Thomas Wayne is doing everything he can to get to the top, and then the next generation is going to forget that and think, oh, Thomas Wayne, yes, what a guy. He put all his money into the city.
Yep, for sure.
A rich billionaire playing politics. Yay!
Yay!
Good thing that's just in the movies.
Yeah, thank God.
Anyways, I do recommend it. I'm just not super in love with it like some people are, which is totally fine, you know.
What would you give it on the rating?
I would give it 3. Let's say 3.
Batmobiles.
Not 3 Batmobiles. Yeah, 3.
I wish.
How about this? 3 forced Bruce Wayne cameos out of 5. Done.
3 forced Bruce Wayne cameos out of 5. What would you give it?
3 out of 5. Solid. 3 out of 5. I found the movie very well made. The performance in it from Joaquin Phoenix is amazing. I'm sure all the accolades are going to be thrown his way in terms of at least nominations. But I found, similar to you, it was just very upsetting. And I cannot... It's hard for me to recommend it to someone who's not already a Batman fan. It's just like, hey, you should totally see this take on the Joker. It's really interesting. I just was physically so upset after watching it because for me, it was, again, credit to the filmmaking. The violence was very grounded. It was very real.
Yes. It wasn't like Saw levels or something like that. Right?
It wasn't
It's not over
Thanos.
the top.
It wasn't Thanos throwing a moon at Iron Man. This was people getting shot in the face.
Yes.
You know, it's just like very blunt. And when people die, they just die. There's nothing. There's no last speech or
It's not
whatever.
glorified. Yeah, they don't get their final soliloquy or anything like that.
Yeah, and the handgun violence aspect of it, I think, is also a nod to what we see, or at least in the news and things like that. And I think that's a subtle, like, you know, the overlap between mental health and gun violence. Where is that? So at least that's what I think Todd Phillips was going for there. And anyway, it left me very upset. So well-made movie, so I can't take away from the filmmaking. The overt homages to Martin Scorsese, I think it's fine. A little bit too much.
It's just been too much of a good thing.
Everything from casting Robert De Niro as the host of the talk show, because that's very king of comedy. And then you have Taxi Driver with the trash everywhere. Like, anyway, so there's a ton of things in there. Overall, well-made movie, and I loved the performance. So 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I liked it a little better than you guys. I have a 3.5 out of 5.
All right.
Hey!
I gave it Joker laughs.
Okay.
But I thought it was very well done. All those things. I like a good Scorsese movie, so I was able to be like, oh, all right, no homage to Scorsese, let's do it. You know, let's have it happen.
For sure.
One of my buddies said, and I kind of jump on this, I almost would have liked it better if it wasn't a DC movie. Like if it wasn't attached to it at all. If you take Thomas Wayne and you change his name to Mr. Money, it still works.
Sure.
Like, get rid of the goofiness of Mr. Money.
Right.
It's not Wayne, it's money.
But it doesn't make $800 million at
it
the
would
box
not.
office.
Yeah, exactly. That's agreed completely. But if you would have taken that away, if you would have taken away the Bruce Wayne scenes,
it would have been a nice little independent film.
A nice little indie flick. It would have been. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
And so
he brought that up. I thought it was a great point. So compliments to you, Jason. You guys all know Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
Okay, so dealing with violence.
Woo!
Let's talk about a movie
What's
that
the name
has
of it?
no violence.
What's the name of it?
I honestly forgot you still had to go, man.
Yeah. So I saw a movie called Crimes of Fashion.
Such a good name.
Great name.
Crimes of Fashion is from 2004.
Oh,
it is an
year.
ABC
I
family
need that
movie.
button so it says where you go, oh, daddy.
Needs the Oh Daddy drop.
Daddy.
Oh, daddy.
It is from 2004. It is an ABC family movie because that still existed back then.
Wait, so this went straight to TV?
This went straight to TV.
Oh, God. How'd you find this?
I looked it up on this app called...
YouTube?
Nope, it's not even on YouTube. No, it was...
This app called the internet?
Real good.
It's called Safari.
No, Real Good. Real Good app.
Okay.
So you put in your services. Yeah, I'm going to give a shout out to Real Good app. I love it right now. Woo! So you put in what services you have, and then you can kind of drop a filter on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb rankings. So then you only get selections from the subscription services you have. You can see those movies. We set it to like 20%. This one was under that 20%.
Nice.
Sure sounds like it.
So what I will say to start it off is it's not as bad as the other two that I have seen. Leo the Lion and
Leo the Lion.
Yoga Hosers.
I would say...
No, Yoga Hosers is still...
Yoga Hosers?
Yoga Hosers is still the worst.
I feel like we need to watch Yoga Hosers and Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Oh, like a bad movie
Yeah, like
standoff?
that.
I can tell you right now, Yoko's wins 10-1.
Oh my god.
But so I will say it's not as bad as those. That being said, it is still bad, and it almost was more of a punishment knowing who's in this movie.
Who is in it?
So it stars Kaley Cuoco,
Hey!
Nice.
and also has Megan Fox. I guess she's a guest star, but really she's just not in it.
Huh.
But she's in it though.
She's kind of in it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's...
Okay, all right.
Okay.
It's an hour-and-a-half movie, and I think she makes about 8 minutes of screen time.
All right, there you go.
Just
For
can't
Megan
cut it
Fox.
on those.
She just can't cut it. Megan Fox, darn. I hope it works out for her. But, yeah, Crimes of Fashion. I have notes on this movie.
Oh, please, bust out the notes.
So, it starts off at a funeral, and
As all great movies do.
as all great movies do.
The Batman's.
Batman.
Duh.
So, basically, like... It starts off as a funeral. You can kind of tell, like, it's like a wise guy funeral, you know, like a Godfather funeral. And so, like, there's all these guys in suits that look like your normal Italian mafia guys, mafiosos. And, yeah, exactly.
Nice.
A lot
Very
of them
good.
sitting like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you can kind of figure out from the beginning a crime boss has died.
Was it a crime of fashion?
It was not a crime of fashion.
Damn it.
Oh.
It was a crime of passion.
Oh, is that
Do
what
they?
that's from?
Okay, not to pivot, but
I'm
do
pretty
they
sure-
say the title at all in this movie?
No, they do not.
God damn
Oh,
At all.
boo.
Okay.
No, it would have made it better.
Yeah. All right. Continue, please.
So there's FBI agents in a flower truck listening to this funeral to try to figure out who's going to be the next Godfather. But one of the FBI agents is allergic to flowers.
Oh.
So he starts sneezing like crazy. The mafiosos realize, oh, we must be bugged. Hey, oh, hey, ah. And they start like throwing stuff at the truck. They start like, like making it a big scene. So obviously the FBI guys are found out. Yet the mafiosos continue to talk about who's going to be the next Godfather while they know they're being bugged. And so they figure out it's going to be this girl who is the granddaughter of the Godfather, or so you believe.
Is she at the funeral or no?
No, she's not. She doesn't know this is her grandfather. She is attending Fashion University.
Is that the name of this place?
That is the name of the university.
Wow.
And you can't forget, Fashion University, their rivals are Designer State.
So, FU and DS? Okay.
Oh,
cool.
great.
Yep.
All right. Well, kudos for such a very a creative list of college names.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, really drawn into this world that you.
Oh, yeah.
it seems very realized.
Yeah, right.
It gets
well
better.
thought out. Weird.
It gets better. So, like, this girl's...
Intricately woven, if you will.
Oh, man. Keep going.
So this girl is a fashion designer
This is not Megan Fox.
No, this is Kaley Cuoco.
Okay.
Yes, she is
Okay.
the main character, but she dresses like trash and she gets called out for it.
Why? Okay, why do you dress like trash but go to Fashion University?
Yeah.
So
right?
she doesn't like take care of her own appearance. She wants to make sure you look good.
Yeah.
Oh. The martyr fashionista.
The martyr fashionista, yes.
Wow.
See.
Hashtag.
And like she gets belittled by Megan Fox, who designs her own clothes, wears her own line every day, looks like 110% every day.
Well, Megan Fox has this figured out. What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, it gets crazy.
It gets a little wacky.
Does
They
it?
just
Oh,
end-
no.
They stopped the movie and like that.
That's it.
That's just it.
Nope, there's
None of
plenty
this makes
more.
sense. We're cutting it off.
Oh, I also want to point out that they have a throwaway line that Tommy Hilfiger and Vera Wang are alumni of Fashion University.
Oh, come on.
Oh, damn it.
Okay.
Sure. Fuck it. Why
So
not?
this guy, George, comes to Kaley Cuoco, who I can't remember her character name. I don't think I ever wrote
Clearly
down.
Penny.
No, it's girl Kaley.
Wow. Okay.
But basically, this guy George comes to her and just like, yeah, you were the granddaughter of this mob boss. You are now the mob boss. He wanted it. It was left in his will because we are going legit, and we think you could do wonders for us going legit. And so the whole premise really is that she has to get this rival mob boss to like her and understand that they're going legit because he wants to take over.
Her name is Brooke, by the way.
Her name is Brooke.
Wait, I'm
Thank you
sorry.
for
Whose
looking
name
it
is
up.
Brooke? Kaley
Cuoco.
Cuoco.
Okay.
Can you look up Megan Fox's name?
Her name is Candace.
Candace.
No last
Oh,
names.
God.
You don't need last names.
You don't need last
No.
names.
You don't need
No.
last names. You don't need more than 2 fashion university names.
But Brooke, Kaley Cuoco. Yes, it looks.
Wow!
It looks
Oh
real
my
rad.
god!
All right, we got to show the movie poster.
Oh, the
on
movie
Facebook.
poster will be on our Instagram, Facebook.
Oh,
It'll
there
be
you go.
on-
Perfect.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
check
is
that out.
so great.
Speaking of which, we have a lot of people follow us on Instagram lately.
Yay.
A lot of beer people, thank you. A lot of Comfort Inn Hartford, like the hotel, followed us.
What?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it was really random. I don't
Okay.
know, but
Nice.
hey, Comfort Inn, thank
Guess
you.
what the tagline is for Crimes of Fashion?
Go ahead.
Ruthless ambition is always in style. Megan Fox, by the way, her name is listed first. She's top of the call sheet.
Top billing.
She was in there for 8 minutes. I'm not even joking.
That's
Really?
crazy.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
So she finds out. So Candace finds out somehow Brooke is now the leader of the mafia, and so she sends a message to like a reporter so that Brooke gets expelled. But more so, it makes her popular because everybody wants to appease her because she's a godfather. And there's like this whole scene where they have like a makeover scene for the mafiosos, and including how to get gunpowder out of anything because she just knew this offhand.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Gunpowder. Nothing
Wait.
stains like gunpowder. It's
Something tells me she's a little bit more qualified than she's leading on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. She also was adopted, or like she was given up for adoption, so she never knew her parents. She never knew her grandparents. You know, it's just one of those things. But she like requires George for everything, and George basically, they have been running a sweatshop kind of thing.
okay.
But once it goes legit, that's what they want to go into, is like designing clothes and sending out the fashion. This is why she is the perfect person for them.
Okay.
Luckily for them.
Luckily for
Tons
them.
of sweatshops in that industry.
Including they've been doing her designs already, so she gets to see her own designs being made. And so like she wears her own designs now and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Candace has been cheating and been using the designs of one of the sweatshop girls.
Sweatshop girl.
Oof. Is there a sweatshop university?
There's not a sweatshop university.
Okay.
Sweatshop State.
Sweatshop State.
Sweatshop state. Oh, it's awful.
Excuse me. Sweatshop Institute of Technology. Come on.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah.
Welcome to shit.
We all saw accepted.
Yeah. Also, the allergic FBI agent goes undercover and pretends to be like a guy in her classes
Okay.
and doesn't know the first thing about fashion, so she like helps him out and they end up falling in love.
Oh my god.
So she doesn't turn, or he doesn't turn her in because he loves her.
Classic.
Wow.
And then
That's true love right there.
We've all been there.
Yep.
the rival mafia boss buys Fashion University
Of course you do.
because the headmaster or whatever owes a bunch of money to the mafia because he bets on games and stuff.
He bets on the ponies.
Yeah.
What are you doing, headmaster?
At least that's what I
Don't
think
give
I
up
remember.
Fashion University.
So basically, in
We're a
order
legit institution.
to save Fashion University, they do a like mafia themed fashion show.
No.
Pinstripes galore.
I mean, there
Oh,
is
there's
only one way
pinstripes.
this could have gone, I guess.
And then, just in case you're wondering, her grandpa is not dead. Her grandpa was George, who faked his death. And so he's just handing over the business to her
Oh.
so they can go legit.
Oh.
But yeah.
Wait, so this is the story is a guy fakes his own death to turn his mafia group, which I'm assuming was very profitable, and turn it legit, which means you now have to start paying taxes. You are probably going to have all these other things that you have to pay for and be less profitable. Think about the mafia families. What about little Johnny who needs to go to school at Fashion University? How's he going to pay for that?
But think about
my
ABC
gosh.
Family.
Ah,
And everything
morals.
just as good.
Where's my girl Megan Fox? Where's
Yeah,
she?
why-
Megan Fox disappeared. She kind of just like... She
That's
reported, she snitched on her and then she was gone.
Oh.
And then she
That's
was
it.
just upset at the fashion show because Brooke was getting everything she wanted.
I love how efficient this script is. If they don't need a character anymore,
They just
No,
Cut him.
don't need to tie loose ends.
Yep.
You're adults. You can figure this out.
She got expelled as well because they found out she was cheating on making her own designs.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, all right. So we got Fashion University. And then what was the rival
Designer
school?
State.
Does Designer State come into play at all?
Just a throwaway joke about Designer State.
Oh, so they're really completing the world. See,
Yeah,
Andre?
right, yeah, filling out the little details. Nice,
you
I
know,
like
it's just
it.
like those little things.
Also, their finals, like the finals they had to take because, like, she was, oh, I can't be a mafia godfather. I've got finals. You know, like that.
Wow! How do you balance school life with mafia life? What?
Their finals were, like, outside competitions, essentially. Like, you had to sew a button faster than the rest of them. Like that. And it was, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so I don't think they've ever seen finals ever.
Yeah.
So,
Excuse me, do you know what a final is?
yes.
Right.
So, yeah. That was Crimes of Fashion. And again, remember, I said that's better than the other two I've seen.
Yeah, well, Leo the Lion just looked awful, though
Yeah.
hilarious. And
Leo the Lion, yeah.
unintentionally hilarious, which is the perfect kind of hilarious for
Yeah.
me.
I'm still hung up on the fact that they don't say Crimes of Fashion in the movie.
They should.
That was their biggest asset and they wasted it.
They
You
should.
are guilty of a crime of fashion.
Yeah, right. And everyone went, oh!
Not guilty? Guilty? It's a fashion, not passion. So,
Fashion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
Are there any, like, real-life fashionistas? Like,
Yeah,
fashion
is there,
icons
like,
in
fashion
Like,
police
does
in
Tim
here?
Gunn show up at all?
There might be, but I don't believe so.
Okay.
Is Joan Rivers in there?
No. Joan
R.I.P.
Rivers is definitely not in there. And Tim Gunn wasn't either. I
it.
don't know if there's anybody else that I just wouldn't recognize.
Sure.
Make
Right.
it work.
You know,
Right.
like, if Ralph Lauren showed up, I don't know if I would be able to say,
Right,
like,
right, sure,
oh,
sure, sure.
Ralph Lauren, there you are.
No.
But, like, Tim Gunn and Joan Rivers, yeah, I probably would have been able to,
Yeah.
like, spot. But, no,
Okay.
I don't think there was anybody. Maybe one of the professors was. I don't think so, though.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was awful.
Nice. Glad you
But
watched it.
it's funny because both those, I mean, quote-unquote leads, if you want to call it,
Like I said,
go on to superstardom. Like,
I
Yeah.
think that's what the worst part is
Yeah.
watching this knowing it was their bottom.
yeah.
Right.
Because
This
they
is-
just had so much further to go.
This
Wait,
is
was
how
this
they
was
cut
this
their
before Transformers or not?
teeth. This is before.
This is
Yeah,
before
because it was like
Transformers.
2008, 9 was Transformers.
Oh,
Maybe?
yeah, you're right.
Big
Wow.
Bang Theory start.
Big Bang Theory was like late 2000s.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was after this.
I know Big Bang Theory was after,
Yes,
for sure.
that lines up.
This man also directed, he is just right for
Transformers
the TV
was
movie.
2007, so 3 years after this movie.
So this guy
Okay,
who
got it.
directed it is all about the TV movie life. He directed Twitches, which starred...
Teen Witches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
with,
I remember that
um,
shit.
Oh,
And Twitches, too.
the
let's not
Mallory.
forget.
No, was that the Mallory?
Which-
What were their names? It was T.J. Mallory. Right?
Dude,
Like-
you're killing it
like,
if you know
well, it's
this
like
shit.
The old
It's
Disney,
Tia and Tamara.
yeah.
Mallory.
Oh, yeah.
Because then their brother, their brother was.
I
TJ
forgot
Mallory.
about Twitches. Yeah, Tia and
So-
Tamara. Look at that. Sister,
Good.
sister.
Sister.
Alright, sorry. We've gone down the rabbit hole on this shit. Yeah.
your final rating?
So my final rating is 1 improperly named university out of 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know, man.
Not bad.
So
Yeah.
I gave a 0 to Yoga Hosers. I gave a 0.5 to Leo the Lion.
There's the rankings, the power rankings.
Yeah. So that's where I sit.
Nice.
Very
I
good.
think.
Very good. Thank you for suffering through that for us.
Yes.
Yes,
I
you are.
enjoyed it
You're
greatly.
quite welcome.
You have suffered for our sins.
Hopefully, the next time we are going to have a triple viewing
Yes.
bad movie.
Yes.
Yes. I'm ready. I'm ready for
Are you
all
guys
of it.
ready? I'm ready. I'm so fucking
I'm
stoked.
so-
Andre is very stoked for this.
Mm.
Andre's ready to watch it the 10th time.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be
Like, Andre loves his bad movie.
yeah.
Get your spoons
Guys,
ready.
I feel like to punish Andre, we don't let him watch.
Oh, man. I just like in the episodes, like in the next episode, like, so what you guys think?
You're just waiting, and you're just like, "What about this part?
Yeah, what did you
How do you have this memorized? Like you're going part by part."
Should we just tell them what we're watching?
Yeah, all right. So on Instagram, I hid some clues.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I did.
I took a couple stabs at them.
You did take a couple stabs of them, knowing what the
Did you
movie
get it?
was,
Right.
Oh, no.
and you did
No.
not get it. Did you
shows-
not know that I had taken some stuff out there?
No, I did not.
It's almost like you don't pay attention.
It's almost like
Wow.
I don't pay attention to Instagram because I'm a bad millennial.
You are.
You are a bad millennial.
What's,
You are a
her,
bad
what's the
millennial.
Instagram?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I say at least I'm following our
Game for
Instagram.
a
Game for a
movie.
movie.
What's the name of this podcast?
No. Hey, let's not shit on T-Dawg. This is just his expert. Like, this is time for the plug. Oh, what's the Instagram?
All right.
Oh yeah, all right. This is actually a planned out commercial.
Yes, exactly.
To briefly recap, Mike posted first, footballs on a field. I guessed We Are Marshall. It is not We Are Marshall.
Not We Are Marshall.
And then he put a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, very good.
Francisco.
Okay, yes. No, these are all very good.
My guess was Zodiac. So, to which Mike...
Zodiac wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't. Mike replied, it's not a bad movie. Then I replied to that and said, all dogs go to heaven too.
That was a bad movie.
Yeah.
That was a bad movie. The internship was guessed San Andreas. Oh, man. And then Spoons. And then M. Clem 10 guessed Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Sporky.
Sporky!
No, we are going to be watching, drum roll guys, The Room.
Yay!
So the three of us are going to watch it.
Watch it too.
And T-Dawg is going to watch it with us, even though he doesn't
Bullshit.
need to suffer through it.
It was bullshit.
Bullshit.
You have to
The way-
watch
I
it.
did,
The
I
way
did not
that-
hit her. I did not.
Oh,
The way
hi.
that Andre talks about this movie, like, I feel like I have to.
I don't want to overhype it because, like, again, I've had bad viewings where
I
people
really
just don't
think
take
the
to
three
it.
of us should
So
watch it. And
Oh, we're
not
gonna-
allow
it could
Andre
very
to
well
watch
be a
it.
miserable experience.
Dude, we're going to be hammered in watching
Yes.
this movie.
Oh,
No,
I
and
can't
you
wait
need
for that.
alcohol. Yeah.
With spoons.
With
With
spoons,
spoons.
I mean,
apparently.
yeah,
Spoons,
we don't
what
need
are the other
spoons.
props that we need for
No,
this?
spoons are the key part.
Okay,
Yep.
very good.
Yep. Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Anything
Well,
else?
I'll just be
Okay.
making a drinking game out of it. We're going to be drinking.
Oh,
along, so,
fantastic.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to love
There's
this.
going to
watch
be an
this over.
Instagram live at some point that night. At least one. Probably
Okay.
multiple.
Cool.
God.
I'm pumped about it.
Yeah, but...
We got to get a mask for T-Dawg.
Yeah, we got a mask for T-Dog. What kind
We're
of...
gonna do something.
If we do it next week, you can wear a V for Vendetta mask.
Ooh,
and it would be perfect
Guy
timing.
Fawkes.
It'd be a pretty good time, man.
Yeah.
He sounds unconvinced.
I'm just imagining Tommy was up. Beware, beware, the 5th of November.
Ooh, there we go. Our best Tommy Wiseau impressions of bad movie, or like other movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that would actually be awesome.
Oh, man. Audrey, you nailed that.
Thank you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Ugh.
The
I'm
only
very
problem
sad.
I have with it is
Uh-huh.
it should have been Remember
What?
instead of Beware.
Oh, fuck!
It
Well,
should be
no, man.
Remember.
that's actually
No, but...
kind of
It's almost
perfect,
better.
though.
No,
Yeah.
because of course he would mess up the
Yeah,
line.
no, well, what's my line? Beware. Yeah. No,
Beware,
Tommy.
beware.
It's remember.
Not the first time Andre has practiced something
Yeah.
like this.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
What? How would he mess up this line? Oh, beware. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
But that'll do it. It's good to be back, guys.
Yes.
So check
Good.
us out next time after we watch The Room, or maybe something else if we can't get our schedules aligned.
All right.
We can
Because
do
that's
it.
happened
We'll make it
before.
happen.
It has.
We're gonna make it happen. See you in The Room next time,
Yeah.
hopefully. So that'll do it for your host, Mikey Tech.
Mitchell Clements.
T-Dawg.
Andre Bellinger.
See you next time on Game for a Movie.